Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Good to see you again every Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. It's not a sermon. I've said that so many times. I don't know if you believe it or not, but it's not a sermon. I just want to give some practical pointers and thoughts. And I start my 54th year of ministry. And so guys should have learned something by now. Maybe I can pass it along to you and give you ammunition to shoot back at me. But anyway, I want to talk to you today about proselyting or propagating. Proselyting or propagating. The Bible does talk about a proselyte, somebody being and that twofold, a child of hell. Some churches teach works for salvation. And so every convert that they get, everyone they proselyte in to join their movement, they are the hardest people in the world to talk to about salvation because they're indoctrinated that you're working your way to heaven or you're getting baptized to go to heaven like Church of Christ teach and all of the different things that are out there floating around. It's hard to take the Bible and say, oh, wait a minute now. Jesus said you must be born again. There's got to be a spiritual birth. It has nothing to do with water. It has nothing to do with the Lord's Supper, sacraments. It has nothing to do with joining a church or not joining a church or going to church. It's a matter of trusting Christ, his death, his burial, and his resurrection. That's the gospel. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, check it out. That's not something I made up. The gospel is the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. If you got to heaven because you worked your way there, why in the world would God let his son go through that horrible death that he went through? It's unfathomable. But I'm just simply saying that the gospel, according to the Bible, is the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, trusting Christ to pay for your past sins, your present sins, and your future sins. I got saved at age 11. For 15 years, I didn't really grow in the Lord. Went to church, but after 15 years, and then uh, I discovered the Bible all afresh for me, and it's been exciting. But I learned to propagate the gospel, not proselyte the gospel. So here's the subject: proselyting or propagating. Number one, there are only, I want you to logic with me now. What I do here is I try to be logical. I really do. I'm designed that way. It's just uh, mathematics. I love mathematics. I was very good at it. I was an accountant after going to Michigan State, and I worked for General Motors for 7 years, Fisher Body Division, Kalamazoo, Michigan. I loved working there. I loved General Motors. I loved accounting. I loved it. I love it. Most accountants, I'll tell you why a guy's an accountant. He doesn't like people. He can't get along with people. Put me in a corner, give me an adding sheet. That's how old I am, and leave me alone. And when I became a preacher, it was a shock to a lot of people, a shock to my wife, and a shock to my classmates. But anyway, I'm talking about proselyting or propagating. Proselyting is just get someone to join. Propagating is telling them, trust Christ, his death, his burial, his resurrection, and then you can go to heaven. Proselyting said, join us, work real hard, be a good person, and you just might make it if you have more good than bad, which is not Bible. It's not Bible. All right, here we go, boys and girls. Number one, there are, logically, that's where I'm trying to come from. Number one, there are only so many transfers in your town. So if you work hard to try to get people to transfer to your church, there's only so many of them. And number two, there are as many potential converts as there is population. The Bible says about Jesus, the common man heard him gladly. You've got whatever your population is, those are your metrics. That's what you're working with. That's what you've got to work with. So you want to look for converts, not transfers. And a lot of churches are trying to imitate the attraction model to get transfers. No, 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 no. We want people to be saved, and we want to stay by the fundamentals to where they have clarity and boundaries in their life so they can grow. And it's a generational view, not my way or the highway view. I want my children, my grandchildren, I worry about my grandchildren. I worry about, will they have a church like we had at Longview Baptist Temple? Will they? I don't know. And I worry about it. I do. I'm concerned about it. I worry about it. My time's just about gone. I'm 80. I got one foot in the grave, another on a banana peel. I keep plugging. I just got back from Honduras and had 100 people saved. So this old man's going to keep on going. But anyway, proselyting, I keep getting off. When an old man, that's what he does. He just kind of chases rabbits. Proselyting or propagating. Number one, there are only so many transfers from other churches in town. Number two, there's many potential converts as there is population. So you want converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. Church growth is not the goal. The goal is for the people to grow. That's the goal. If your church never gets over 100 or 200, help your people to mature. And if you think somebody's going to build a church, you're sadly mistaken. And if you do that, you say, well, somebody will build this church, and it doesn't build a church, then you'll quit soul winning because your goal is building a church. Jesus said in Matthew 16, I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. So what does that mean? We got to bring in the material. He'll build it. But he nobody would have thought I'd ever been a preacher. So I remember I went to a reunion. I forget which one it was at school. I went to Galesburg, Augusta school system. Oh, we had a great football team, great coach, Bill Maskell. I was able to lead Bill Maskell to Christ before he died. But I remember Dan Austin, he was the captain of our football team. We were standing at reunion time. We're all a bunch of old people. He's standing there and he said, I can't believe it. You're a minister. And he told his wife and his daughter standing beside him, he said, and he was rough. He was a hard football player, but he's a minister now. God bless Dan. All right. Talk about proselyting or propagating. Number one, there are only so many transfers in your town. So don't focus on the wrong thing. That's proselyting. Number two, there are as many converts as there is population. So focus on converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. It's for the people to grow. And if your church, go to these church growth conferences, you'll learn some things and come back. But man alive, if your church doesn't, and that's what happened. A lot of the guys I went to college with at Hyles Anderson College, they thought they had to run 1,000 after the first year. I remember a fellow that was in our class. I went to college twice. Hyles Anderson was my second adventure in college. But there's a guy who went to St. Louis, and Anita Bryant. Do you remember Anita Bryant? You're not old enough, I guess. But Anita Bryant, he paid her $5,000 to come for a Sunday morning. And he got a convention hall, and he had 5,000 people show up. They actually showed up, and boy, they had a great time. The next Sunday, he had 13. Now, I'm sorry, but that attraction model does not sustain. You want to keep the orchard healthy for the next generation and to keep it going so the gates of hell will not prevail against it. You quit soul winning, the gates of hell will prevail against your church. Proselyting or propagating, number one, there's only so many transfers in your city. Number two, there are as many potential converts as there is population. So we're so focused on converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. The goal is for the people to grow. I'm never here at Emmanuel Baptist Church. I'm the worst church member they've ever had, but they got my money. and but when I'm here, I sit in the Victory Bible class in the auditorium. It's one of many Sunday school classes that this church has. They're all over the place. And I sit there and my mouth dropped over. I love it. I love it. And all the truths that we get in our Sunday school. The Sunday school material, Dr. Craig Neal will make it available one of these days. I keep begging him to do it. You need to get a hold of this material. He writes it all himself. And I mean, it is wonderful. And he has a magnificent way. What he speaks is printable. It's not that way with me. They got to rearrange sentences and paragraphs. But when he speaks, it's printable. And just tremendous Sunday school material. And the people are growing. And I have young converts sit next to me. And it's just, I watch them as they grow and they digest this material. It's just wonderful. It's not And I want big numbers. I had them in Longview. I wanted them and I worked hard to get them. But that's not the goal. The goal is that the people, the converts, grow and mature and become great moms and dads and great husbands and wives and great citizens. All right, proselyting or propagating, that's the topic. Number one, there are only so many transfers in your city. Number two, there's many potential converts to this population. So we're focused on converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. It's not the goal. It's not numerical growth. It's maturity. We want the people to mature. Now, to get more people, you obviously you want to preach to more people than 10. I mean, I understand that. That's what Moody said. Any guy that's satisfied preach for 100, something wrong with him. And I agree with him. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. The attraction model is inundated with compromise. And so the music is compromised. The methods are compromised. The motivation is compromised. The modesty is compromised. It is a shame. The lack of dress that you see in females in the average church in America is just an absolute shame. It's a shame. Leanne went with me on a trip one time. She come back and she called me over at the sofa and sat down, and it was hard for her to travel because of her health. But she said, I'm gonna pray for you. So she prayed for me. And I said, what's on your mind? She said, these women out here took this half off sale seriously. That's the funniest statement I've ever heard. I've used it 1,000 times. But she said, I'm almost embarrassed to be a part of the human race with the lack of clothes and almost nudity that I see in the airports. Um, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. You don't want that. Oh, you'll get the fruit, but you'll ruin the orchard. And you have to have a generational view of what you're doing. I have two boys who are preachers. I want them to stand tall in the saddle when it comes to the Bible. I have four children, two boys, two girls, and the two girls want to preach, but we won't let them. But anyway, they're all. I've never seen my girls dress immodestly. I've never seen it. Never seen it because their mother didn't. I'm not trying to cause trouble. I breathe, I cause trouble. We're talking about proselyting or propagating. Number one, there's only so many transfers in your city. Get that stuck in your head. Number two, there are as many potential converts as there's population. Focus on converts, not transfers. Now, thank God when they come. You get a church that's, listen, about once a month, we'd have a U-Haul in our parking lot in Longview because our church was booming. I mean, booming. Look at some of the video of some of the services there on YouTube. Don't take my word for it. Just take a good look at what was happening. It was real, but we focused on converts. Number three, church growth is not the goal. It's not numerical growth, it's maturity. We want growth of maturity. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. The music, don't compromise. You use the old hymns. Let the Holy Ghost of God keep that choir with grandma and grandpa in it. And quit putting those 5 vocalists out on the platform in front of those people who built that church. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. And I walked in one church and I thought I was in a concert. I've never been to a concert in my life. Never, never. I walked in, it was so loud when I stepped in the back door, it was deafening. And I was not impressed at all. It was not spiritual. It was a show. And you get this attraction model, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Billy Graham compromised. John Rice wouldn't let him serve on the board of the sword. Well, Billy said he couldn't sign it. Because he couldn't agree to the fundamentalist view. But John Rice said it. Dr. Rice said it correctly. He said Billy Graham has the fruit. There's no doubt about it. But he's damaging the orchard. And he was right. I remember when Franklin Graham made the statement, he said, I'm not going to use these pop stars anymore. I remember making that statement. Proselyting or propagating. Number one, there's only so many transfers. Have I made you mad yet? I didn't mean to, or did I? Number one, there's only so many transfers in your town. Number two, there are as many potential converts as there is population. Focus on converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. You want the people to mature. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. You compromise music, methods, motivation, and honesty. You don't want to do that. Number five, Matthew 16:18, Jesus said, I will build my church, but we must bring the material. I've already mentioned that. We've got to bring the material. He'll build the church, but he knows who are potential deacons or potential preachers. Nobody that went to school with me at Galesburg Augusta school system would have ever said he would be a preacher. Not that I was wicked, not that I did some dumb things that others did. I, the bad kids went across the street with their sleeves rolled up and their cigarettes, and they'd smoke or whatever. Wouldn't let them smoke in the school system. Those were they didn't play sports. They weren't in competition. All the just hoods. That's what we call them, hoods. I wasn't a part of that crowd. Um, but I wasn't very spiritual either because I didn't know. I went to an American Baptist church. I didn't know anything about being spiritual, but at all. Uh, I'm not trying to get myself. I was not. I was quiet and timid and kept to myself. Proselyting or propagating. Number one, there are only so many transfers in your town. Number two, there are many potential converts in your town. Focus on converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. Maturity is the goal. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. You don't need to compromise. Not good for your kids. Not good for your grandkids. You just watch and see. Yeah, when some of these girls, their outer wear is really underwear. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Number five, Jesus said, I'll build my church, Matthew 16:18, but we must bring the material. Number six, the Bible does not say go into all the world and get transfers. It says go into all the world and preach the gospel. I've said it to you before. The gospel, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, is the death, burial, resurrection of Christ. That's the gospel. Okay? So the Bible does not say go into all the world and get transfers. Don't focus on transfers. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll lose heart for the lost. You'll lose heart for the unsaved. Number seven, stirring the baptism water gets God's attention. I'll give you an example, not just our church, Emmanuel, but Dr. Alan Donnelly in Bethany, Oklahoma, Maranatha Baptist Church. Him and I preached there for years, and we preached at night, probably 60 people. I mean, I don't know what it was like on Sunday because I was never there. But he had 1,200 in Sunday school here a few weeks ago. It has grown in 7 years from a low, let's say 100 plus, to a high of 1,200. Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? That's because he doesn't focus on transfers. You ought to be able to listen to the announcements by the pastor and know where he stands. Um, I'll tell you something funny. You may not think it's funny, but I think it is. We had the best music in the world. We had a 70 voice choir, 40-piece orchestra. It was wonderful. Paul Duckett Jr. Oh, what a marvelous musician he was and vocalist and so on. We had the best. We had the best. There were people in town who would come and listen to the music and get up, leave when I'd get up to preach. There were some people that didn't like the music and they'd come in and sit and listen to me preach. Yeah, crazy people. Brother Howard Hall would say, screwy rabbits. All right, we're talking about proselyting or propagating. Number one, there's only so many transfers in your city. Number two, there are as many potential converts as there is population. You want converts, not transfers. Number three, church growth is not the goal. Numerical, we want it. But boy, we want that maturity. We want the mature the people so that they can win souls. A youngster grows up, falls in love, gets married, has babies. We want spiritual babies. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise, so don't go down that road. Matthew 16:18, number five, Jesus will build a local church. If we bring the material, we've got to bring the material. Number six, the Bible does not say go all the world and get transfers. It doesn't say that. Number seven, stirring the baptism water gets God's attention. That's propagating the gospel. Number eight, baptism numbers are the real indicator. Tell me how many people you're baptizing. I'll tell you how many people are getting saved. I can tell you how many you got for Sunday school. That number tells everything. That's why when I left Hiles Anderson, the first church I pastored, I focused immediately on that. We baptized 504 people the last year I was there. I focused on it. I pressured myself to make sure I had not only people saved, but down the aisle in that baptismal pool. Number nine, I've already mentioned this, but we must take a generational view. It's more to it than just you and yours. Hezekiah God said, Hezekiah, judgment's coming. And Hezekiah said, will it be in my day? And God said, no, no. And Hezekiah said, that's good. Hezekiah the king said, oh, that's good. What a horrible view. I may have peace in my day, but I want peace for my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. I've got 17 great grandchildren, more to come, more to come. All right. Proselyting or propagating. Number one, there are only so many transfers in your town. Number two, there are only so many potential converts. I said one time, how come I never clean up on a split? People leave me and grow churches across town. But I never did. No, I didn't have 12 families walk in and sit down and say, we're joining tonight. But anyway, number three, church growth is not the goal. Maturity is the goal. Number four, that comes with growth. You gotta have numbers to reach numbers. Number four, the attraction model is inundated with compromise. Number five, bring the material. Matthew 16:18, Jesus said, I will build my church. Well, we got to bring the material. Number six, Bible does not say go in the world and get transfers. Number seven, stirring the baptism waters. Get this now, gets God's attention. Number eight, baptism numbers are the real indicator of the Great Commission. Number nine, we must have a generational view. Don't let it be my way and I'm happy only. No, you've got children, you've got grandchildren, great grandchildren. Number 10, what has worked will work if we will work it. So don't throw the old generation, the old leaders of the past under the bus. You wouldn't have a bus to drive if it wasn't for them. That was different, wasn't it? But what has worked in the past will work now. So what happened in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? I think we were the last Mohicans, to be honest with you. In 2008, we baptized 4,464 people, and what a great year it was. It worked. It will work if we will work it. Well, there it is. Proselyting or propagating. I know you're going to send me notes and emails and correct me. That's okay. You're certainly welcome. I'm not going to argue with you, not going to fuss with you, because when you're right, you're right. Lady said to me, that's your problem. You always think you're right. I said, I can't help it. I'm a man. I can't help it. God bless you. See you next week.